welcome back to Jana Logic. I am Jana, and today I wanted to talk to you about the 3 objectives or goals that I have that really are for the purpose of continuing to grow and develop my career, but also to enrich my service to my squadron and ultimately to the Air Force and our country. Why did I want to share these things today? Well, November is the 1-year anniversary of me being gained to my unit. So I just thought it would be appropriate that I share really what I've done over the past year and how I believe it is serving me well and serving my squadron well. So we're going to just dive right in. And the first thing is our core values. You know them, which is integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all we do. And just adhering to those and abiding by those with my utmost effort, I do believe has already allowed me to continue to grow and develop as a person and really serve my squadron well. But also it does kind of help people take notice that you're really putting in and abiding by the mission and the vision of the Air Force. And what are some of the ways that you can be sure that you're following those core values? Well, when it comes to excellence in all we do, it doesn't really matter what your job is as long as you're putting in every effort, right? Certainly we all want to make sure that aircraft mechanics are not doing shoddy work, right? But that same level of expectation is applied to anybody else, right? I am in knowledge ops, I'm working on a SharePoint page, but I don't want it to look terrible. I want it to really reflect the value of my squadron and how we're providing service to the rest of our group and fellow squadrons. And so I want to put in 100% effort so that there is quality to what I'm doing. I also do extra work when I'm at home, and I am not only doing work while at my UTA or during my annual tour. There are things that I choose to do from home so that it's again done with excellence, but that's choosing service before self. I could sit around and watch a movie in that spare time at home, but I'd prefer to really do what I said and put my nation before my own self. And so that's not me saying you have to do what I do, but really, what is it that you need to do to be sure you're embodying those core values? The second objective I keep at the forefront of my mind and go for each day is really adding value. And what does that look like for me? Really, that's volunteering and not being voluntold. And I know we often joke about don't volunteer, but personally, I believe the more you volunteer, the greater your career will be, because people start to recognize you as a leader, because leaders are people who serve. And your name becomes more relevant. It's really important not to do it for the merits, but just know that the merits are a byproduct of choosing to serve, choosing to volunteer. So I would say if there are opportunities before you to volunteer, don't wait until you're voluntold. Another way I believe I bring value is by seeing where there are challenges or where there are things that aren't quite up to par and taking it upon myself to either correct those things or put something in place that will solve the problem or eliminate the challenge. It's really just an opportunity. And I want to take all of those opportunities. Again, really, people start to take notice of who you are, regardless of your rank, and knowing that you are adding and bringing value to your squadron. That looks really great if you are trying to progress and advance your career, because you end up having things such as awards provided to you. And when you are up against someone else when it comes to a promotion, having all of these things added to your resume looks awesome in comparison. Again, we don't want to do these things just to receive the awards and the merits. The rewards and the merits are just byproducts of naturally choosing to serve and to be better and to do better and to bring value for others. So those are just two examples I wanted to provide you of adding value. It may look different for you, but really the focus would be on how can you add value for others. The third thing is to just advocate for yourself. And I know that sounds funny when you're really looking to enrich and support your squadron. Obviously, it makes so much sense on how advocating for yourself helps your own career, but it really is of benefit to others, because if you are the kind of person who is truly following the core values, truly adding value, the more your career advances, the better you are in a position to help someone else. So advocating for yourself is not selfish. It does help you grow and advance, but you then remember those people who have helped you, as well as those who are coming behind you and don't know how to get there or what they can do. And again, you are in a better position to help them. So for me, again, I'm just going to give you examples of what it looks like to advocate for myself. One, I ask a lot of questions. That's it. I don't ask questions until I've looked certain things up first. One, I don't want to sound as though I have no intelligence. Two, I don't want to seem lazy. And three, I ask better questions when I have some reference behind what I'm beginning to ask. Interestingly enough, I also find that you should really read your emails. I know we get so many, especially if you're a reservist or in the Guard and you're not there all the time. But honestly, there's so much information in there, and there are opportunities that you may bypass because you just think it's another form email and it's just the same old, same old. I'm telling you, there are things that people in my own squadron would have missed as far as an opportunity that they were looking for, but I brought it up to them because I had read the email in totality. Even though I knew for a fact the email didn't apply to me, it did apply to somebody else. So those are the 3 objectives that will help you with your career, as well as in your serving in the Air Force, but to your unit and your squadron. So I'd love to hear some examples of how you abide by the core values, or how you've brought additional value to your unit, to other people. And I really want to hear your stories. So again, thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you next time on Johnalogic.